Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel and to this new chapter on the Piper Cub build. What I've been doing up to now, and the main aim probably of this chapter, is to somehow get the wing onto the fuselage in a way that it can be removed, but also that it has the wing struts. Why the wing struts? As Joe, you're mentioning, I'm probably going to need them because of the sheer weight of the airplane, of the fuselage. I'm really going to need the struts, so I have to figure out a way of putting the struts on that I can also take off. So that's a bit of the nice challenge that I have ahead of me. I've started to build one of the struts. You can see it here, it's still dry, that's why I'm not going to take it up. And there are 4 connection points on each side. Let's see if you can see them. So there is a connection point there, a connection point there, and also 2 more here. So the strut will come somehow like this, and it has like 2 verticals in the middle from the Piper, and then of course it has to connect also to the fuselage, and all, as I say, in a way that it can be taken off. So I'm thinking of using small wires and staples to somehow make hooks, and I'm also thinking how to strengthen the connection points, because if I just use the wood and put wires through them, it's probably not going to be so strong. The wood will tear. So I'm thinking what kind of strengthening I'm going to do. So that's about the wing struts. What I've also started to do is to work on the engine cowling. So the kit does come with these pieces. The plastic is somehow strange, like I'm spoiled by the ones from Gwillows. It's a little bit brittle. I did split it, I don't know if you can see it, but it's a little bit split there, and somehow to cut it out it's a bit awkward, I would say, but I have to go on working with it and get it down to shape, and then I've got to find a way also of making a hole for sure for the propeller shaft and getting it there in place, and that it's somehow fits in there. And I don't want, as usual, I don't want it to be completely fixed, because I want to be able to take it off in case I need to remove the engine or something like that. So I'm thinking maybe just some screws or something. As you know, I like using screws and screwing things to things. But we'll see how that goes. So that may be also in parallel, let's say, the side project to that. So let's see how it goes on this one. Follow me along. So what have I been up to? So as you see, I have the wing struts up there more or less in place. What I've done, I've put in a wire, let's see if you can see it, a wire that goes across the fuselage, like the lower part of it, and I've locked it in with some wood there. The wire, because if I just glue it, it'll move away, right? So my point is that I need to hold that wire in place. So I've put in also these blocks of wood, and hopefully it'll take also the weight. It'll keep the wire in place. And what I've also done, I've done the struts. I've done them on the plan. It's here. I don't know if you can see it on the plan. So I've built them up, and what I've come up with idea. Let's see what I show you. This one. I've come up with the idea to reinforce them with some metal plate. Now the metal plate is simply the bottom of a packet of crisps, these tube crisps that come with a metal bottom. So I've taken that and I've reinforced it. Why is that? It's because I'm not sure, I'm convinced actually that the wood will not be strong enough to hold itself up if I put a wire through it to hold it. So I've put some on the tips, and I've put some metal also on the base. And on this case I've already made a hole through it, and I can basically take it on and off. Not too easily, but it's quite tight and snug, which is, I think, the good thing. What I still have to figure out, and I'm still not sure, is I have to figure out how to make holes in the top of the struts that then will connect to the wing, which is I've actually no idea. I've got some ideas, but they're not really good ideas, so I have to figure that out, how I'll be doing that, because the whole point is that the struts actually, not that decoration or that they hold the wing from falling, it's actually that they hold the wing from folding up when they create lift and they have to pick up the whole fuselage. So that's going to be my next little battle, which is to figure out how to connect the struts to the wing in a way that I can also take it off. So let's see how that goes. So after another long fight, I've managed to put on one of the wing struts. There it is, and let's see if you can actually see it. What I did, I managed to stick in, but you can't actually see it, very thin strip of metal into the rib, into the connection point. I made a hole in it, and then through it I have like half a staple hanging. I think you might be able to see it hanging there, and that goes in through the strut and through the metal. I tried to do it very, very tight so that it would somehow hold, but it was very difficult. So in the end I butchered the strut. I don't know if you can see it, but I broke it, so I had to put in here a patch. Again, difficult to focus with so small things, but in the end I managed to put it on. A bit of a battle, as I say, but I'm hoping it'll hold. I did put the rubber bands on already to hold the wing in place, and I don't have other rubber bands. I thought I had others, but this is what I have, so this will have to do. And then the next step is going to be to do the same thing, the same kind of butchering, but with a lot more experience now on the right wings. So time to wrap up the video, and hopefully with success. So there is the wing strut on the left that you've seen, and let's see if I turn this around without dropping anything. You can hopefully see those two small strips of metal that I've super glued into the wing. And what I'm going to do now, I'm going to try to connect the other strut. This is the right, I've got a mark here so I don't know which one is which. Right strut going forwards, and this, if I look at the other one, goes in here somehow. Pushes up, and then hopefully I managed to get it in through these metal strips. Let's see if I keep you also on the camera. There, that's one through. Then I have to connect in these, what I'm going to call tremendously small, just for the contradiction, bits of paperclip. No, not paperclip, staple. And I'm looking for some tweezers, but no, I'll do it then maybe by hand. Let's see if I can just put it in through that small hole. On this side I already made the holes, I hope big enough. Maybe not quite. Maybe I need to find a smaller staple, because on the other side the holes weren't really big enough, so I had to widen them while on the airplane, which was very weird. Let's see if I have another staple here with which I tried it. So this, maybe I don't learn from my own mistakes, right? I struggle to see this even. I'm getting that one in. Let's see if this one goes in through this strip. Like, I think I'll find a small enough wire. Here the metal strip has come off, so I'm breaking it apart actually. But in theory this should go in through here. Let's see if I get it in. It's very complicated system that I came up with, I'm afraid, which my worry is then whenever I go out onto the field to try to fly it, that's not going to help the cause, right? So the wood is at least in. Then I'm going to have to glue the metal piece on again. I was thinking of putting a screw also, but maybe it's not needed. So that would be the metal plate, and then somehow to put in some small wires to hold them in place. So let's see if this one goes in. Yeah, this one has gone in, so I need to, maybe I'll take this small staple that I just lost and cut it in two, and then have two little hooks. So I think that should be working. Still some tweaking to do, some correction, but other than that I would say it's there. The wings are kind of holding up, and they'll give some support also for the wing because it's going to be heavy, so that they don't fold up, especially whenever I pull some G's, if of course I get off the ground. And then in theory the other struts also that have to go from here also to the bottom of the wing, but I'm not sure how to do that in a way that's removable. Let's see if you can see it here. So there are also connection points there and there. I can't find my pencil now to show you. So there's some connection points there, and that should connect also to the strut and give it even better grip. but I think I'm going to leave those because it's flimsy enough and clumsy enough with these hooks. But if you have any ideas how to do it in a better way, then for sure let me know, and I'm willing to experiment. In any case, this is the way that I've kind of come up with, which is, as you like to say, it's candy, like brain candy, right? To come up with problems and solutions to them. So in any case, time to close this off. Thank you everybody for following on this one and for all your tips and tricks and recommendations, and I'll see you next time.